Well, Joachim, you saved the day. Welcome back to Palace Mad Mason. Hello guys, Mason here. Welcome back to the channel. Full time at the G-Tech Community Stadium. Yes, it is named after a Hoover. Brentford won. Crystal Palace won. If you do not know what a game of two halves looks like, watch the full 90 minutes of that, because that's what it was. The first half was the worst performance from Palace that I've seen this season so far. The persistent Brentford press, we weren't making use of any of our chances. It was going Brentford's way. I'm going to make a mention right now. Joel Ward, right? I want to talk about it now. I'm not even going to wait to talk about him, right? Joel Ward's been a servant to this club we signed him in May 2012 for £400,000. We got our money's worth, right? Let's be honest. He's done. We need a right back. I've been calling for a fullback to be bought for how long now? Joel Ward, yes, he has his good moments, but he's having more bad than good now. It's time to play Klein ahead of him, you know? The way he backed off and let Kevin Sharder inside. Yes, I'm not taking away the finish from Kevin Sharder. It was a brilliant finish. It was his first goal for Brentford, and it was a brilliant goal into the top right-hand corner. But it should never have got to that position. He should never have received the ball, and he should never have got into that position to cut inside and shoot. I thought Joel Ward's got him here, but he should have shown him outside, not inside, letting him onto his, stronger foot. Not good enough from him. And yes, in the second half, we did improve, but he was still making errors. And yeah, that needed to be spoke about straight away. Overall, though, the turnaround from Crystal Palace from half-time, when the half-time whistle was blown, I think we had one shot on target, which was a tame effort from Eze in the first half. That was literally it. It was like the Arsenal game, but with the Arsenal game, you can half understand it because, Arsenal are really solid defensively. I'm not saying Brentford aren't, but it should be easier to break them down. And we just made it so hard for ourselves. A little tactical tweak was made at half-time. I don't know what it was, but Roy worked some magic. He really did. Key players for me, Jordan Ayew, he did what he had to do today. He was immense. Joachim Andersen was immense. Not because he got his second goal for Palace today. He scored his first last August against Man City in the league. But he got his second goal for Palace today. And, I'm glad to see him on the score sheet. He's one of them where you're really happy to see get on the score sheet because he is one of our best players. He is, if not in the top 3, I'd say, best players. As a centre-back, he created 5 chances today without his goal. Do you know what I mean? And the work rate from him, I thought the chance had gone. He slid in and it went through the keeper's legs. And by the way, Flecken played really well for Brentford, I've got to say. We could have won that game in the second half. Flecken denied Edouard from a free kick that was going to go in, and it was a really good save from Flecken. And then from the following corner, I think, Lerma had a header that was brilliantly saved. He nearly got his first goal for the club. And then Jordan Ayew should have scored on the follow-up, really, but it was a stupendous save from Flecken. And yeah, Brentford I think we got what we deserved today, a point. It was a really decent performance because it was a really good second half, but a very, very dire first half. That first half reminded me of the latter stages of the Vieira era, because we had little attacking intent. Didn't look like what we wanted to do with the ball. Eze wasn't very. He was the best player in the first half, to be fair, making good runs and that. But Defensively, we looked quite all over the place as well in that first half. But second half, we come out and got the point. It is the 5th draw in a row between Crystal Palace and Brentford. 2 0-0 draws in the 21-22 season, 2 1-1 draws last season. I swear to God, if it finishes 1-1 at Selhurst Park whenever we play Brentford at home, then it's just a draw. This game is a draw in the making. Like, it's just a point apiece. Like, just guaranteed. In terms of league placement, again, we're only 3 games in, so don't get too overexcited. But we are now 10th in the Premier League because we dropped off after the Arsenal defeat. But now we've gone up from 12th, I think, or 13th, slightly up to 10th. We are now at the bottom of the top half, if you will. So yeah, that's good. And our next game is at home to Wolves, who got their first win, today against Everton. So that they're going to be a tough nut to crack, I reckon. You know, Wolves' away form ain't too shabby. So let's see how we shape up in that game. And I think in order for us to progress, I said before the season started that against teams like Sheffield United, Brentford, Wolves, we need to pick up points here or there. And we got the win at Sheffield United. Okay, we lost to Arsenal, but they were always going to be the better team. Got the draw against Brentford today, even though I do feel it was quite lucky and slightly undeserved, we still got it. If we can get a win against Wolves, I want to win against Wolves. If we get a win against Wolves, then I will be very satisfied going into the international break. And obviously the Carabao Cup starts on Tuesday. This is what I mean, where Roy can try and, mix things together and whatnot. Because yes, he hasn't been given a lot of support by the board. I understand that. But, he's got players like Hamada who come on and played really well. He's got Raksaki there. He's got Klein there. He's got, I don't know about Tompkins. I don't know if Chris Richards is available as well. Could even play Remy Matthews in goal. Do you know what I mean? Against Plymouth on Tuesday in the Carabao Cup away from home, I expect to see a rotated lineup, to be honest, because players like Joel Ward and Jeffrey Schlupp, I think, was quite poor today as well. If we can try and, replace them in the team, put Klein in, and maybe Hamada, maybe try that against Plymouth, then I'll be happy. I want to try and win the game because I want a good cup run this year, but if we don't with a rotated squad, and I saw that we tried on Tuesday night, then I'll be not happy, but satisfied that we tried. Now, coming off the game between Brentford and Palace, there has been transfers, to be honest, with Dean Henderson apparently having a medical with Palace, new goalkeeper on loan from Manchester United. If he is confirmed between now and Tuesday, then I will make a brand new video about that. But that's the end of the video, guys. Full time, 1-1. Satisfied with the result because we always draw against Brentford, you know what I mean? So, guys, I appreciate the support on the channel and on my TikTok page. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday night when I react to the Plymouth game, or if not earlier.